Black Lives Matter!
Obviously, we live in momentous times, not just because of all the big protests over Black Lives Matter and the fight against racism, but obviously because we're in the middle of the biggest crisis that this country and indeed the world has probably ever faced.
No justice! Black Lives Matter!
My name's Chris, I'm a resident of Waltham Forest, and I'm just so happy to be here about this protest today. It's such an important thing, and I'm so glad to see fellow residents that are out supporting this cause. So I'm really, really glad to be here today, and we're making history.
Black Lives Matter!
Sitting on the Waltham Forest Council of Mosques, I fully support and stand in solidarity and unequivocally say that all lives cannot matter until Black Lives Matter.
As a black woman working for the National Health Service for many years, my duty amongst others is to save lives, give excellent care to all regardless of their color, gender, race, religion, culture or background or even their class. Recent report by the Public Health England showed clear evidence that ethnic minorities are more likely to die from COVID-19, a statement which has been supported by statistics. And I can stand here and tell you, it breaks my heart because I lost very close colleagues. They were, they died as a result of the COVID. People I've worked with for years, in their 40s, battling COVID-19, 2 of them couldn't make it. They died. And I tell you what, they're both black men in their 40s. They left young children and family behind. So, Black Lives Matters.
No justice, no peace. Black Lives Matter. No justice, no peace. Black Lives Matter.
Okay, so Jenny is now going to read out just some of the names of those that have died.
Leighton Joseph Robinson, Dexter Bristol, Richard Stewart, Renford McIntyre, who were all victims of the hostile environment and the deportation of the Windrush generation. Anthony Walker, Stephen Lawrence, who were brutally murdered in racist attacks in the UK. Ahmed Arbery, who was killed in a racist attack in the USA. Ade Raymond, Ade Dixon, Herbert Chinzu, frontline NHS workers who died in the recent COVID-19.
No justice, no peace. Black Lives Matter.
We have a long tradition of protest against racism in East London. We remember going right the way back to my dad's generation, the fight against the fascists in Cable Street in East London. We remember the massive mobilisation of mainly young people that took place in Victoria Park in 1978, the Rock Against Racism Festival, where over 100,000 youth turned up to demonstrate their opposition to racism. And we remember as well the fantastic campaign that was organised in Walthamstow not so long ago to stop the BNP from marching in Walthamstow, and we stopped them from marching. We should all congratulate ourselves that today's protest is actually part of that long tradition of struggle. And also our community has come together to offer hope and solidarity during the coronavirus crisis.
Black Lives Matters. It is notable to mention that we are not asking for revenge, but for justice to prevail against the injustice. We are asking to be treated with dignity, respect, and as an equal, regardless of color, race, religion, class, or culture.
United we stand, divided we fall.
Black Lives Matter. No justice, no peace.
Demand structural change. Network and organize with like-minded people around you. Vote with your wallet. And as Cllr Mike said in America, bully politicians at the voting booth.
And you're all clapping now, and I'm sure that virtually everyone here was probably clapping on successive Thursdays to show support for essential workers in this community that help the sick but also help the needy, the people who in the past have been disparaged, as described as being unskilled. Well, I'll tell you what's come to my attention is that people who work in supermarkets, who clean our streets, who work in the NHS and other public services are of a lot more value to society than blokes in pinstripe suits whose best talent is putting people out of work.
But allow me to leave you with something to think about. Would Grove Green, Waltham Forest, London, United Kingdom, or the world be a better place or a worse place if racial equality gave way to racial parity? Thank you.